As a first generation Iranian-American, what do I think about what's going on in the Middle East? Well, let me first talk about how we had to be a refugee from Iran and escape our country because my parents are non-Muslim, so therefore I'm not Muslim. And how we had to come to Pakistan and live there in the refugee camps, and then from there go to Spain, and then finally get to America. So it was a long journey. So when I got here, I was a very big believer of two things. Number one, that Israel was a very cool country. They were very democracy. They loved, and they were of peace, and that they had every right to be in Israel. And the other thing that I really believed is that U.S. was the country for democracy. They're the country for equal rights and women's rights and black people's rights and just the country for freedom, right? Now, since and I had this belief system since I've been in America, right? That this is the best and that Israel is right? But after watching what has happened in Gaza, my whole world has changed totally, upside down. I realized that Israel is just a propaganda machine, that they're the biggest I can't even say the word here on YouTube because we have so much freedom in the world. After seeing so many kids being, whacked, old parents whacked, to Israel, everyone in Gaza is Halloween. Every day is Halloween in Gaza, basically, because all the kids are wearing costumes of the tees. The women are wearing the costume of the tees. The elderly they're all wearing costumes of the T and the H, which I can't even say here, right? And, after seeing so much of that, 50, 60, they've lost count. There's no one there to count. But when you watch their own videos being released, you can see the whole city has been, leveled down. And I say city is a camp. It's not a city. It's a Holocaust camp, right? That they don't have, the people there from Gaza don't have access to the river, don't have access to leave, they don't have access to the air. They're just camped out there, and the settlers are basically controlling every aspect of what goes in, what goes out, and discriminating on them. Apartheid is the correct term for it, and so on and so on. And then seeing us funding Israel with all these weapons of mass destruction to kill the people in the costumes. There are the kids and the girls and the women. Majority are like 75%, 80%, 90% are these innocent people. My political world views, my views about everything has changed. I used to be a guy that was rooting for the Shah of Iran's son to go back to Iran. But now I realize that guy is a scumbag, right? His dad, basically robbed all the natural resources of Iran and sent it to America, right? And that's why the people, threw him over. Now, the people that threw him over because of all the injustices, they've gone to the other extreme, right? But I can see why the Iranian people are the way they are. If you had your government being overthrown, and this is not something that I'm making up. I actually read the CIA paperwork that was declassified that talked about that, the coup of Iran. And it really blew my mind away. I remember sending it to my family members, like, look at this thing, man. This is the reason why we came to America, and all the troubles we gone through and hardships and stuff like that, because they overthrew our naturally elected government, right? And put this guy, the Shah, there. And, sure, he brought a lot of freedoms, but apparently he brought a lot of terror. Again, I was just only 2 or 3 years old, so I don't remember that much. But, I've been researching it so much for so many years, and even more now, to figure out the truth, what really happened. And basically, Big Brother of America butted into our country like it does many other countries and overthrew the Democratic president that was elected, right? And then they put this guy, the Shah, in there, and with the Shah, just like, they done with the Latin American countries, he exported all the natural resources to, you know, Western companies. And then eventually he got smart and he said, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And guess what? That's when he lost his power. So those things go together, right? When the Shah said he didn't want to do it anymore, so for a long time, I used to think that, what my parents told me was the truth, right? I used to think that, all Muslim people are bad, they're just trying to push their religion on me. And when I went to my, when the bottom fell out of my own life, for 9 months, the people that tried to help me out were two Muslim people. They had, they had their own businesses. I used to go there and eat at their restaurant. The other one had a grocery store. And they were the only ones that said, hey, man, you want to have a place to sleep at at my house? That blew me away. Just like, total strangers that I've never met, but they knew what my situation was. And they offered one of them offered me their trailer. The other offered me their home. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. I didn't take it because I'm not a handout type of guy. I'd rather just tighten my own belt and make things happen. But I thought to myself, man, out of all that time, the two people that really helped me, not my family, not my family's religion, and none of that stuff, right? These two Muslim guys, at different locations, they didn't know each other, and, they wanted to help me. And it blew me away because the propaganda, the brainwashing that I was given from my family was these Muslims were bad, and that's why we left our country, right? And for the longest time, I didn't think they were bad because I had Muslim friends, but I just thought, man, they're always trying to push their religion on me because I'm not Muslim. Anyways, fast forward, and I see what happened in Gaza, and it seems like the world, like literally all the answers I was seeking eventually just revealed to me that, hey, this is what's going on. Like, America is saying one thing, but they're doing another thing. Israel is not that glamorous country that you thought it was, that, they're awesome and this and this. No, they're ruthless killers, dude. They're terrorizing and eliminating, and kids, women, they don't give a rat's ass, dude. Okay? And I remember reading, Ann Keller's book in high school, and I said, man, I would never allow that happen to another Jew. I wouldn't. That's crazy. What would I do if I was there? And I thought about all that, and now I'm here and I feel helpless. Like, what can I do? There's not much I can do, right? And besides raise my voice, and that doesn't do anything besides give me less views, less monetization. But I still do it, and I less reach, and so on and so on. But as a first generation Iranian, everything that I was told from my parents to, the media, to the history, to all the stuff that I've gathered here was literally a lie. The Iranian people, man, they've been sanctioned more than any other country, right? And they were able to still come up with their own weapons, with their own cars, with their own helicopters. I mean, dude, the story goes on and on. So they're very resilient individuals. And by watching YouTube from people cycling all over to Iran, and I realized that, you can watch them on YouTube. Just type cyclist Iran. Like, these guys are cycling into Iran, and Iranian people are just taking them in, giving them tea, taking them home, giving them food. Just the amount of love they offer to these individuals is just ridiculous. Because I remember my parents were always saying, oh, man, Iranian people are not that great, man. They're Muslims, blah, blah, blah. Just talking crap, right? And now that I'm older and I've gone through life and I'm able to think on my own more, versus, I've always been a seeker, but now, like, all the information just getting into me, like, now making more sense. I realized that, Israel is not a great country, right? And neither is America, because they're saying one thing and they're doing another. They're giving massive weapon of destruction to kill a bunch of innocent kids that don't even make, they're in freaking someone's stomach, dude. I haven't been born. How can they be a T? How can they be a bad guy already, right? Or women, or elderly, or just, man, it just, it's hard to watch these girl picking up her little sister and carrying her in her bag because they wiped out her mom and dad. And having two kids, they're girls, it's hard not to, like, relate to them, dude. Like, dude, this is ridiculous, dude, right? And, so I don't believe anything anymore of this history. And, I question the history now. So much lies are probably in the history, just like, they were saying about the Native Americans, blah, 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 blacks, blah, 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 blah. So it's just like, I can't trust it anymore, dude. I have to do my own research to come to my own conclusions, because the shit they feed me in school, parents, programming, society, a lot of it is just propaganda, dude. Okay, you got to be a seeker is what I'm trying to tell you. So as a first generation Iranian-American, I am kind of disappointed in America, and I'm totally, totally, totally disappointed in the Zionists in Israel, where they think they can just wipe out, their prisoners, all of them, and it's okay. And the world is watching, and a lot of the world is disgusted by it, dude, just like I am, dude. Now, if you watch the news in America, they're only telling you one side of the story, and is tailored for their military complex and endless wars. But if you are a seeker, I believe that you'll come to the same exact conclusion, because it's nothing about believing. It's about seeing. And like, dude, 100,000 people have been wiped out. The numbers like stagnated around 47, 45,000. There's no one to count anymore. There's no places to, papers are all burned out. Like, where are you going to keep there's no lights, no computers, no food. They're starving people. So as a first time Iranian American, I'm very disappointed to be an American. I wish that my parents would just didn't even come to America. I wish they would just stayed in Iran, because, yes, you can become, have a lot of materialism in America. You can accumulate a lot of stuff, but the quality of life is horrible. Like, literally, like, we'll be better off in Iran. We'll be better off in the Philippines. We'll be better off in any other country that's not so monetized by, materialism and consumption and being the king of the hill. Because the side effect of that is a bunch of stuff. Here's a disease, okay, that we have in America. We have so much stuff that every closet, every garage is full. And then we have so much more stuff that we go get a storage facility to keep the stuff there. So not only do we pay for the stuff the first time, now we're just paying to just maintain this stuff and keep it. As I cycle around the city looking for real estate deals, so many people's garages are full of stuff, dude. Just, oh my gosh, dude. Like, this is their life energy. And this is what you get. You can get a lot of material things in America, but it's going to be very hard to have a marriage that lasts a long time. It's going to be very hard to find, like, true love, someone that really loves you for a long time. It's going to be hard to find people that are virgins. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to find people like East Side that are not damaged, that they haven't dated so many, and blah 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 blah, right? So you're not going to find great values here, unfortunately, and you're not going to find a whole lot of purity here, unfortunately. You'll find a lot of narcissism, a lot of individualism, a lot of hoarding, so much that they don't know what to do with it. Like me, I used to have 6 cars, dude. Like, why did I have 6 cars, 6 motorcycles? Like, what did I need 6 motorcycles for? I mean, one was enough, right? Why did I have 6 cars all at one time, dude? Why did I have like 3 businesses? One had multiple locations. What did I needed all that for? You know what I mean? Like, one was enough. One would give me enough profits, right, to go and enjoy my life without working anymore. Why did I need to grow and grow and grow? Well, it was because of the programming of America, right? So think about it. The more you work, the more you die. Let me say that again. The more you work, the more you die, And we're programmed that we should work every freaking day, 8 hours a day, this, for who? Who said that? So you can pay who? Yeah. Inflation is so high. Yeah. Price of stuff is so high because we have fake currency. And when our currency is fake, your life becomes a lie, right? But again, let me say that again. When the currency is fake, your life becomes a lie of being a poser, a lie of accumulation, a lie of trying to think, I'm better than you, dude. I'm more buff than you. I got more muscle. I got 10 cars, dude. I got 50 houses, bro. I got 100 houses, bro. Everyone's trying to beat everyone up, right? Try to get more and more and more. not really realizing why they're trying to get more. I'm trying to leave a legacy. Dude, you're going to be dead. What do you mean legacy? No one's going to give a shit, man. The only, man, I've now at an age where I've seen, for example, my cousin wife died in like less than a year. She's like with another man, right? I've seen like other people, my own wife, right? Like my first wife, like before the relationship was over, she had got another man. So it's just like, dude, a legacy. You think people are going to think about you? They may, a small percentage of people, but it just trips me out. People say they want to leave a legacy. They're working their ass off for their death. In their death, they're going to live somehow. It's just like, dude, this is the silliness of America, of accumulation. How many people do you know that have one college degree, they got a master's, another master's, and a PhD? It's like just so much, bro. It's like, Jesus, man. I mean, but half of the world population doesn't even have a fucking college degree. I would say 70% doesn't have a college degree, dude. So with one college degree, you're super smart, man. You can do whatever you want to do in life. You don't need 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 masters, you know what I mean? But to some people, it's just a game, dude. They're just like trying to put numbers on the board, because they can't enjoy life. So everything has to be a game, has to be, I got to beat you. The society we live in, I've came to a conclusion of this, I got to beat you economy is a shitty economy. This capitalism is a shitty. It's just shitty, dude. A small amount of people will become ultra rich while the rest work the rest of their lives, right? And capitalism doesn't allow, for example, a doctor to be a doctor because they got to think about how to make more money out of you. It doesn't allow a real estate agent to be a real estate agent. How do I know? Because they got to make their 6%. If they negotiate less in prices, their commission gets bigger, right? So it's like, see, even though they have a fiduciary duty to you, their interest is before that, because just the operating system, capitalism, is just not that great, right? It's about me being on the top of the hill while pushing you down, and people say, no, Mike, it's not like that, dude. Yes, it is, dude. It's exactly that, right? To be number one means you need to have 2 and 3 and 4 and everyone else, right? Instead of being like a society where, we're like ants, we work together for the cause of humanity, we are destroying our family building blocks through all the propaganda. I deserve this. I'm not happy. I watch TV and they say divorce is good and everyone's having this, sexual desires, and everywhere you look is sex and sex and sex and sex. And it's like, geez, dude, everywhere, like literally, like your advertisement, your signs, every bitch you talk to, they got their cleavage hanging out, they're butt naked, running around. It's like, even the men, dude, it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. And everywhere you fucking go, man, it's like everyone's naked, dude. Like literally, they're showing everything they got. Not everyone, majority of the people, dude. It doesn't matter what age level you're at. If you're at freaking 20s, if you're at their 60s, dude. Ridiculous, man. So, welcome to America. Peace.